Okay. Hello, everybody. Hello, Anne. So
Hello,
excited to see
Christine.
you.
We've
So,
got it
all of you,
working by the sound of it.
I hope so. We're gonna wait. Hopefully, hopefully we're working right. And so, um, as people are coming on, please write in the comments that you can see us, you could hear us. Those are two important things. On the replay, you guys should be all set. And so we just want to make sure that it took us, oh, close to 2 hours last night to get all the technology hooked up. So we just want to make sure that we did it right. So if you are, let's see, it looks like there's one person watching. So whoever that is, type in the comments so we can know that this is working, and then we'll give introductions to ourselves because we're super excited to be here. All right. Well, as we'll wait, how about we'll just start introducing ourselves and then we can do it again. So I'll start. I'm Christine Josty of Mail Something Pretty. I live very close to Boston, about a half hour south of Boston. And I've been a demonstrator for almost 17 years. And I'm very excited. And so I have, let's see if I can do it this way. I can't figure it out. My friend Anne here, who she will introduce herself.
Hi, I'm Anne Lewis. I'm obviously an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. I'm based on the Sunshine Coast in Queensland, Australia. So I don't know how many kilometres that is away or how many miles it is away from you, but it's many, 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 many. I know from
We
flying
should
it
figure that
recently.
out sometime. Yeah.
Yeah. So really, we're on the other side of the globe. And I'm really excited to do this. So, Christine, do you want to tell us tell everybody what we're doing today and how we're doing it?
Yes, I will. But first, I want to make sure
Oh,
it says we have 6 people watching, but I just want to make sure that people can hear us and see us. So please, somebody write in the comments. Oh, we got a thumbs up from somebody. Okay, good. Oh, excellent. Oh, Mary Lou's the first one. So good to see you
hello,
both.
Mary Lou.
Excellent. So Anne was visiting. If you're on my email list, and actually Anne's as well, we both wrote about she came to visit just a few weeks ago. And so we did a few lives while we were actually together. And we thought this, oh, good. They can hear us, they can see us. Excellent. So we thought it'd be a fun thing to just continue, even though we are thousands and thousands and thousands of miles away from each other. So that's what we're going to do. All right. So now we have people. Sharon
And I've
Dalton.
got some from Australia watching. So it's
Oh, good.
working on both sides, which is
Can you,
great. So
Anne,
thank
can
you,
you
Nola. Thank you, Sharon.
perfect. You can see the comments. Excellent. So that's our
Yes.
technology is working. That's a good thing. All right. Phew. I know. You should have seen us last night. We couldn't get things going. All right. So Karen's here. Excellent. All right. Thanks, Karen. So yeah. So now I just lost my concentration. What we were gonna do. Um, so while Anne was here, we thought it would be fun to continue the live. So we have it hooked up, and we're gonna do these monthly. Fingers crossed. The last, so whatever you're watching, so this time of day or evening, the end of the month. So for where I am, it's the last Thursday of the month at 8 p.m. Eastern. And for Anne, it is, what do you call it, Brisbane time?
Brisbane time. Yeah.
Okay, so is it 10 a.m. Brisbane time on the last Friday of the month? And we'll
And so,
post, we'll both, mhm.
yeah. Sometimes it may be that Christine's last Friday of the month will be the first day of the next month for me because of the day difference, and that's
Yeah,
okay. We'll advertise it so you kind of know it's either the very last Friday, if there is such a thing, very close to the first, and if it could be the first then for us
yeah.
in Australia
And I
because we're
think that
so
only
far ahead of Boston.
the only problem it would be November because if we bumped it a week earlier, that would be our Thanksgiving. And my guess,
Yeah.
well, people might want to watch us Thanksgiving. I don't know, but it's my son's birthday too, so I think I'll be busy eating cake. All right, so we have we both have this stamp set, Joy to You, and so this is the stamp set we're both going to make a card from. We have not seen each other's card, so we're both going to be surprised. Um, did you want to go first, or did you want me to go first?
you can go first.
Doesn't matter.
Now, I need to
Okay.
say, so my peeps, you got to let me know. Christine's got control of from her end what we see and what we don't. So if she throws me out, you got to let me know. So,
I
Christine,
promise I won't do it on purpose. I know,
you,
because
how about you do the first one and
okay, great.
I'll do the
All right.
second.
So I'm gonna
Actually,
yeah,
though, what I might do, only so that the Australians and your locals can actually see the difference of the cardstock, because
sure.
Australian cardstock is a different size, and you might understand why our cards may end up slightly different. So my cardstock is in centimetres. I've just got a 980 piece because I
Do
was
you
going
want
to
me to
use that.
and do you want me to show you
Oh, do you
just
want to
stuff?
just
Would
do
that be
me?
easier?
Yeah.
How's that?
Oh, down there. Radio.
Yeah. Oh, do you want
So,
me to do just your face?
yes, please.
Look at the
Radio.
control I have. Okay.
Radio. We're pretty proud of this, as you can tell. So, Australian cardstock is, it's not exactly, but it's 3/4 of an inch longer than US cardstock. But US cardstock is 1/4 of an inch wider. So sometimes our projects are different. That's why a base card in the US can be different than a base standard card size for Australians. However, I've made this very easy because, of course, from the very, very start, I've always used a standard that works for both Australians and US peeps. So it does make it a little easier, but you will find that some Australian demonstrators will use a larger card size than what you do. So mine are always 8 and 1/4 inches wide by 4 1/8, whereas yours are 8 and a half inches wide by 4 1/4. So it's quite easy to do. Rightio, back to you, Christine. Looking forward to
Okay.
your card.
Thank you. Having some very nice comments. Nola saying we're making her smile, and Mary Lou says it's great to see us working together. We're very happy. All right, so I clicked the wrong button. All right, so this is what we want. So we are doing the Joy to You stamp set. Let me just show you where it is in the catalog in case you don't know, on page 21. And we discovered our catalogs are the same and the item numbers are the same because I wasn't sure, although the pricings look different. So
Prices
this is
is
the stamp set.
completely different.
Yeah.
Ours are nearly, not quite, half double the price. They're just under that. And the reason for that is the dollar exchange rate, but also our prices include taxes, whereas I don't think your prices do include taxes,
Oh,
do they?
okay. Yeah, our taxes are on top of because each
Yes.
state has a different tax rate.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, great. All right. So Karen says before I start, how amazing to see you, USA and Australia at the same time. Modern technology, you gotta love it. Yeah, you gotta love it when it works.
We weren't loving
All
it
right.
yesterday.
No. All right, so I'm going to show you my card first. You ready? It's a classic color combination of of mossy meadow and cherry cobbler with a little
Oh
real red
my
in there.
goodness, I
You
love
like
it.
it? All
I
right. And
do.
so I don't know if you can see the green here has
Embossed.
texture, yeah, embossed with a fern. And then the inside, I did Cheers to You in a Year. So I'm going to show you how to put it together with a few tips.
Christine, when you're putting
Yes.
it together, can you
Mhm.
explain why you put your sentiment on the inside of the card in such a strange place?
Sure, sure. Wait, I just see our faces. So first of all, there's so many things to unbox here. Anne teases me on how I say the word S-U-R-E. Um, so that will come up. So yeah, we discovered that when we were together. I always there's no rule, but I always stamp my sentiment on the top part of the card, and apparently Anne always does hers in the middle. So it's a little different. So there you go. Okay.
Yes.
All right, let me make sure I go to the right place. Okay. All right, so I'm going to leave that there. So I'm also using.
See, my peeps agree with me. I'll just say that.
I'm sure they, oh, this ring light is gonna, a little hard. Here we go. I'm using the Fragrant Forest. So does everyone in Australia stamp in the middle?
I think so. I'd never seen that till I saw you. And Sharon just said, she's saying, LOL, I was thinking exactly the same as your question.
Isn't that interesting? Okay.
Yeah. Huh. That's why I asked it, because I love your idea and I'm changing to it, but I keep forgetting, because I love the idea that you can write, dear so-and-so, have the stamp, and then you can write your story underneath.
That's exactly what Karen just said. She stamps a sentiment on the top because there's more space to write the note. Now, if you didn't want to write a big note, you could stamp it and then just sign your name.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll do a words and then like a little image on the bottom corner.
See, this is what's so good about this.
I know. This is okay. So I'm going to use
Mary Lou's sticking up for you.
Of course she is. She's my friend. All right. I think I have extra white just in case. So I will post a picture of these two. I was very, wait till you see Anne's directions. Hers are typed, but mine are handwritten. So I'm going to stamp the greenery, the trees, with the Forest Fragrant. It is a big stamp, so it's called a background stamp. It's huge. So you have choices. You could either use this huge block. You can see that it's big enough. It is the letter F, but it's a little hard to like hold and stamp, so I'm not going to use that. I could use the Stamparatus, but I'm not going to because we unfortunately don't sell it anymore. So I'm just going to leave my stamp red side up on my table. And I'm going to take my Mossy Meadow and just ink my stamp. And then I'm going to close it, so I don't put my hand in it. And then I'm going to take my paper, which is, what size is it? It is size 5 1/8 by 3 7/8. And you can play with the measurement. I'm just going to put it right on top of my stamp. And then I'm going to take a piece of scrap paper and put it on top and rub it, because you can see I already got ink on my finger. So I'm trying to hopefully keep my paper in place. Yeah, go ahead.
Have you not done that before? I always do that version, but I've never done it without a block. I always put it on a block, then turn it upside down and do that. For some unknown reason, I wouldn't have thought it would work, and it's going to work amazing. So I've learned something.
Oh, good. Yeah, so then I take tweezers to lift it off, and there you go.
It's such a nice stamp.
Thank you. It's stuck to my... Yeah, I mean, I guess you could put it on a block, but that seems a little redundant, right? And then put the paper on top of it.
Now you've showed me, I feel it is redundant, but I didn't think that when I was doing it.
Okay. All right. So I just think it's so pretty, just even by itself. It looks like designer series paper. So then, really, this is on, I'm going to say, we're going to laugh, a simple card. So my philosophy on especially Christmas cards is to make them purposefully simple, because you're making lots and lots of them. And so, so I make them on the simpler side. All right, so I have ink now. Good thing I cut extra because I have ink on my scrap papers here.
But Christine, you've got your stamp set crooked on your block.
I do. Hold on. You're jumping ahead there. I'm trying to do it so you can see. All right, that's better. All right, yes. so Anne is joking, well, not really, but she knows that I do this because she didn't know why I did this before. I put my stamps, especially my words, crooked on a block, and you'll see in a second why. The other thing I did with this stamp is I trimmed it. Now, some people don't like to cut their stamps, but I cut mine because sometimes, let's see. Oh no, that's stuck. Oops. Sometimes you get all this extra like red rubber, and then it's not as straight. So I just took my scissors and I cut around. Anne's laughing again. I know why she's laughing.
Sorry, Karen. Karen
I
sticking up for you.
Oh, good. Thank you, Karen. Thank you, Karen.
She says, carry on, Christine. I think she just said something to me.
Okay. All right. So here's why. Now let's see. Actually, I'm going to stand up as I do this. Do you see how my words are crooked? No, my block is crooked. My words aren't crooked because now I can see through my block, and my eye is not going with alignment of the block, which is straight. It is purposefully going alignment with my stamp. There we go. And that's perfect. Okay. I realized I forgot something, but that's okay. I have to clean my stamp because I'm going to stamp it with red, but I actually have an extra stamp and scrub up here. I meant to bring my chamois and I forgot. All right, so I just cleaned my stamp because now I'm going to stamp. Put that aside. I'm going to use cherry cobbler. And I only want the Be Merry. So I'm just stamping this really just on scrub. So I don't need the whole thing. I just want the Be Merry. And I'm going to use my scissors. Just closing these because I've been known to put my hand in my ink pads. All right, so I'm just going to take scissors and cut the Be Merry out. I could have, and actually this is what I'm going to do on the inside of the card, use my Stampin' Write markers to color, but I want the Be Merry, you're going to see it's going to pop up. So that's why I did it in 2 colored inks. All right, so there we go. So I'm going to put that in dimensionals and we'll pop that up. With me so far, Anne?
Yes, I am. I'm just,
sure
you know,
she's still there.
Trying to talk to your peeps.
Oh, thank you.
Because they're being cheeky to me.
Of course they are. Sometimes I use tweezers to hold things and just align it up.
So Mary Lou has asked why you didn't use your Stampin' Write markers to do that.
I will actually. Very good question, Mary Lou. I'm going to do that on the inside of the card, so I'll show you that in a second. But do you see, because I popped this up, it didn't. I didn't have to use the Stampin' Write markers, but I could have if I didn't pop this up.
Yeah, and it's such a quicker process doing it like that, and less chance of
having to do it again.
Things not going perfectly.
Right. I like to include a little texture on a lot of my cards. So this fern embossing folder is a great one for that. So I have already embossed, I think you can see it, the Mossy Meadow. And so this is just going to go right on top of that. And I'm just going to glue it. This part's not going to get popped up. I'm just going to put that right in the middle. Look at me, I am covered in ink already. And then, now we can kind of put most of the card together. I'm telling you, I started with a really clean desk and now I have things everywhere with just these few pieces. Okay, so I also like to play with borders, like the width of borders. So you can kind of see like this has a wider border and this has a skinny border. So I think they kind of balance each other out, not always having the same width of a border. So this one is a really skinny border, and this is real red background. And I did use cherry cobbler ink just so it's a little bit different.
So Mary Lou says a messy desk is a sign of creativity.
That's right. I am very creative. All right, and so you probably noticed I did not use my bone folder for creasing that fold. I tend to use my fingernails. I hardly ever use a bone folder. All right, so again, playing with the border. So this one is a 1/4 inch, this one's like a 1/16 of an inch, and then this one is a little thicker, but we're gonna use some ribbon. So this ribbon, they had it last year in the holiday catalog, and now it's in the annual catalog, but it comes in a combo pack, which is kind of nice. So Mary Lou, I'm not, well, I was gonna say I'm not tying a bow, but I kind of am. You don't have to, you could tie a knot. Mary Lou does not like to tie bows. All right, so I'm just kind of eyeballing this. So this goes over a little bit and that goes over here. And I did not bring up my ribbon scissors, so hopefully.
Are they your kitchen scissors, Christine?
Those are not my kitchen scissors, Anne. Anne is being cheeky, as she says, because I have this really nice pair of Stampin' Up! Scissors. They don't sell them anymore. So
they are the best scissors ever. And she was cutting paper in the kitchen with them.
She was aghast that I was using them. Oh. All right, so here's another trick. So what I'm doing is I'm going to I looped the red like this, and I'm going to tie a little bow with my all-time favorite linen thread. So what I do is I take a block and I put it down there. So now it's holding in place. And then I take my linen thread, and now I can tie a bow without having to hold it down. So this is the bow, but Mary Lou, you could just tie a knot. You don't have to do a bow. I love linen thread. It's one of my favorite products in all of the catalog, all for like very cheap. All right, so now this is gonna go here. I'm gonna kind of, those go like that. And I normally would take a piece of just regular Scotch tape and just put that down, but I don't have that. But I do happen to have some Seal Plus. So I'll just put that down. And now I'm going to put dimensionals like that on each 4 corner. All right, so Anne and I sometimes talk about or debate about the different, like simplicity, like a simple card. And so I laugh at her when she says she's doing a simple card, when truly it's not a simple card. She has lots and lots and lots of layers and stuff, which is beautiful, but I just laugh at her what she thinks is simple. Versus what I think is simple. All right, so and
I'm about to do a simple card, so we'll see what everyone says.
I can't wait to see. So these are those, I think they're called like rustic metallic dots or something like that, because I just thought it's kind of a rustic coloration, so that's why I use those. And I just put them because I think it balances either side. So I can hear you, Anne. Are you doing prep work?
I've only run down to the other end of the house and got stuff I've forgotten twice. So if you heard huffing and puffing, you know what that was.
So this red border or layer is the same size as the front, which I'll show you again. I'll take a picture of it too. And this white is the same size as the white in the front because it's easier. Because I would have forgotten which is which. And so I'm going to do the inside. So this is the Cheers to You in the New Year, which I didn't bring that stamp set up, but I can show you. It's in the holiday catalog. I think it's at the back because it has like different holidays in it. So I kind of liked it. It's this one throughout the year. So it has a lot of things in there.
I love that because it had the Happy Easter in it, which I didn't have
Yeah,
any
which
Easter
I don't,
stamps at
yeah, a
all.
lot of times I don't. All right, so what I'm doing, you guys might already know this, but the Stampin' Write markers work great for coloring on your, specifically the red rubber stamps. It works okay on the photopolymer, but it works much better on the red rubber. The blends markers don't work at all, so you need to use these Stampin' Write markers.
You cannot use blends
Nope,
markers.
nope,
I
it won't
just
work.
remind everyone
It will just
they
stain
don't
your,
work
yeah,
and they
it will just
stain.
stain them, and then they won't work. Like a Sharpie doesn't work because they're alcohol-based markers, where these are water-based. All right, so I'm
Now,
just doing,
Christine,
yep.
one of my peeps has gone to the dark side by saying, Christine, very simple card, great getting different ideas.
Yay! Thank you, thank you. Now, simple is not boring. Like that's what I think some people don't like. Simple actually is design work involved because you need it to be balanced. You need just enough, but not too much to make it work. All right, so I'm gonna huff on this, and I'm gonna put it on the top. Um, I just moistened with my breath just to make sure while I was talking that it didn't dry. So that's how you get it like that.
So,
Yeah.
Christine, can I ask a question? Because
Okay.
you've got
Go
me a
ahead.
little shocked here. Because you stuck your white card insert onto your backing
Yeah.
and then stamped. What happens if you make a mistake? You haven't got that
Then you
other side.
hold
To,
on. You don't have the other
ah,
side, but you have another piece of paper.
I see.
I
Which still
I
works.
I should have stamped first. You're right.
I
Um,
wasn't sure
no, I should
because
have stamped first.
I do sometimes stick it all together and then go, darn, I should have
So if you
stamped
really want to
first.
know the truth, this one here has two layers because I messed up. So I had to glue it on top.
Ah,
All right. So look, I'm crooked. So there is my card. Do it this way.
I
Okay.
love it. I truly, truly love it. And it is
Thank you.
a simple card with wow.
Yeah.
Wow,
So it's not,
wow,
again,
wow,
it's
wow.
simple, it's not boring, it's not basic. I think there's some design elements in here and it's all balanced. And again, and then you have the layers on the inside. Oops, layers on the inside stuff. All right, so I'm going to put us back on
Now,
there for a second.
oh, and what I was going to say, so now we can see what my simple card is going to be. And if there's any laughter, there'll be trouble, right, Christine?
You laughed at me.
I know, but that was fair.
Okay.
I
Well,
struggle, as you know, I struggle with, I'm going to add two simples because I can't explain it any other way with simple. Um, but I am getting better at it because Christine's influence is rubbing off on me and I can see what beautiful cards she can make simple. Now, my card, oh, have you finished? I shouldn't have jumped in.
I'm all done. And thank you. I'm seeing, let's see, so laugh before Anne shows her.
Yes, exactly. So
Well, thank you
I can,
everyone for your nice comments on my card. Okay, I'm going to put on Anne's desk. There we go.
I think
You're
you should
on.
have your face up as well, Christine, for
I
this.
don't know if I can do that.
Oh, you
Oh,
don't know
I
that you
can do
can.
it this way. I can't do it.
Radio.
This
Only
is some of the
because
technology we
I
have to
want to
figure
see
out.
your face when you
Okay,
see my simple card. Now, to be
okay.
honest, I struggled with just using a sentiments thing. I'm moving back my computer so
Yep.
that I actually get a work area. So I struggled a bit, but I woke up the other day. This must be why you have sleep. And as soon as I woke up and I hadn't been thinking about this card other than I had no ideas, I went, I know what I'm going to do. So it is simple in one way. So we'll bring it
I
over
haven't even
here.
seen it yet.
It's simple in one way because all it is squares and a little bit of scoring and 9 layers. But don't let that 9 layers put you off. Anyway, so it's
This
called
is
an
and simple. And simple.
and all the people who are watching this, I can tell if you're laughing no matter where you are in the world, right? I can hear
Alright,
it.
do you want wait, can I just I'm gonna do it so they can see it. Okay.
Rightio. Rightio. I've heard your laughter because I know
Yeah.
what you like. Rightio. So I don't know that I've done this up the right way, but don't worry, I've wrapped it. So I've just put a very simple ribbon. I'm trying to drop as many simples in as possible so that you will be convinced it's simple.
It's like
Rightio.
osmosis
So
simple. A
yes,
little
it
gift.
is. If I keep saying it, you'll think it. Rightio. So that was just to wrap it up to make it look a little pretty, because it was an accordion card. Think of an accordion. Wait a minute, it's probably
Because
going
accordions
around the
are
wrong
very
way.
simple.
They are. See, she's laughing at me. Anyway, so I'll just, it's 9 panels for this. So
Yeah,
I'm just
wait,
going to
Mary Lou
pull.
just said 9 layers. Oh, I love it though.
So I used all four
Oh my
sentiments. It's
goodness,
too
Anne.
big. It's too big for the actual
For the whole
screen
camera.
here, but you can see how it works. And so the
I love it
idea
though.
is you could set it up on a table, or if you live
Candle.
in the States, on a mantelpiece. We don't have mantelpieces because we don't have
Oh, okay. Fireplaces.
fires, as you can probably guess. But it can sit like that, and then you look in and you can see all those gorgeous sentiments. So all the
Oh,
work here, because it's a simple card, remember, is
very simple.
done. I need to look at your face again.
Wait,
All the work.
Wait, stop. Mary Lou says this card is unbelievable. I bet it could reach to Christine's house.
Now, Mary Lou, you're supposed to be now on my side. Not that it's a competition or anything. Anyway, it's a pretty card, and I used
Beautiful card. I love it.
the Garden Walk Designer Series
Yes.
paper because it just went so well. But I'm going to change it up, as you would expect, and I will post these now.
Simple directions.
There's sarcasm in that, Christine. I've done directions for our Australian cards. Now, really, I know it does look complex, but really it's just telling you how many, and I did it in both inches and centimeters because some of
very nice.
some people do still use centimeters, despite me trying to discourage that, and it is, which you'll laugh about, against the law in Australia to use imperial inches, but I take no notice of that because it's easier
you're doing
for
both,
me
so
to
you're
work
not
with.
breaking the law.
Yeah, exactly. And I've got the American version as well. So Christine will post this one on her page. And whilst there's a lot of writing there, it is truly really, really simple. Ideo. So I have done all the cutout. So you don't have to roll your eyes yet. I am using the Oh Holy Night Designer Series paper because I wanted to show you a different version of how it could look, and this would be a little more traditional. I've done all the work here, but I can just show you how it's going to come together. Now, I wanted to show you, I hid that Night of Navy piece, here it is.
Oh, Mary Lou says, thanks for the directions. I'm going to make them for my grandkids in Cambodia. They love complex, simple cards.
Mary Lou, I think you're having a go at me.
Oh, now, Mary Lou, they will love this card. She makes some very special cards, so this is good.
Ideo. So this is how in Australia, using our size cardstock, you will need 4 of these pieces. I'll show you how to do it and how to put it together. But if you're in the US, because your size of cardstock is that 3/4 of an inch smaller, it's not going to, you're going to need a 3rd sheet of cardstock. So that's 1 sheet, the 2 pieces there, and I'll show you how we're cutting this. Oh, I've still got that piece in there. So I'm cutting this at, I should look at this because I haven't done it for a couple of days. I'm cutting this at 3 7/8 inches. So the American one's exactly the same as this. 3 7/8 inches. Right, throw that out. Then I'm going to use the scoring on this, and it's going to be at 3 7/8 inches as well. I've got a really nifty way and quick way of doing this, because I have to say adding 3 7/8 is just a ridiculous thing. So we do this.
This
We
is such a
fold it.
great card for the paper that has like a scenery to it. So you
Yeah.
can like even like the
I could run it across.
that polar bear has that one page where it's a lot of blue like night sky, and on the bottom it has like the icebergs. So you could make a nice scene.
Oh, that doesn't really work. I know. So I'm just putting a little mark where that paper finishes, because that's where I'm going to score again. So stuff that measuring again. And then, so I'm making valleys, mountains, however you want to do it. So I've done it like
Push
that.
your hands down a little bit closer to your,
sorry.
yeah, there you go.
And then you can see there's just a little bit left
Oh, that's
over
fine.
here. So I'm going to trim, well, I trim that off, sorry.
Oh.
But it's so easy, because you know me, I keep things simple. Okay, I'm going to do that again. So 3 7/8. Make sure you're using your scorer, not your cutter. Fold it in. Mark here. Whoops, I'm
That's a
throwing
great
stuff
trick,
around.
the marking it instead of measuring it.
Oh, measuring's too hard. I was trying to work it out for everyone, and I went, why would I?
No, that's a great
Let's
tip.
do it like this. Yeah. And fold this back, and you can see it's just this little bit here, so I make another mark. Well, truly, you wouldn't even have to measure it. You're taking off just a, oh, I need a cutter here, the smallest amount. So that's all you're taking off. Rightio, so I've got those all set up, and I'm ready to join this all together to make those many, many layers. To join it together, I just glue one panel to the other, so the whole panel. Now, Christine
that
always
actually
says,
is simple.
sorry?
I was gonna say that is simple, just to put one panel on top of the other panel rather than like working a half-inch segment and then putting a piece of paper on top of it and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, you got to keep it simple, Christine.
Yes, you do.
I know. So then I get the
love
next
this.
one.
You can make this style for so many like birthdays. You could put, if you had the big letters, you could write someone's name on it, and there's tons you could do with this.
Well, you will laugh, because I was also going to put letters on the back, and then I went, that is just one step too far. I was going to put a Merry Christmas on the back in the letter, so it could be seen from both sides. Now, when you're adding these layers, so one panel on top of the other, make sure you don't go over that fold line, or it won't fold really well. So I've only got one more to add. That's what I said, it really is.
It's just the prep work, really.
Yeah, it is.
And it's not even complicated cutting.
No, and that was why I hoped I would get away. Oops, except you don't want to do what I just did then. You want to keep it all together. And as long as you have this lined up, are they commenting, are they? Her idea is simple and different than mine. Yes, Karen. I think there's a general consensus to that, especially by Christine.
Do you see why we're always laughing at each other?
This is special simple. How about I go with that?
Card. This is a special card. Yeah, you wouldn't be making 100 of these.
No. And you might make it for your own table, and you might make it for someone special. But would you send it to everybody in the neighbourhood? No, we wouldn't. So now the front and the back. So you got the front and the back. So when it's all folded together, so it's mountain valley across, we've got a slightly different paper. I'm hoping that I've got enough. Oh, here we go. What are these? I've got all these things that I then join together. I don't know what I was thinking.
Yes, this will definitely take extra postage to mail or hand deliver.
Yeah. I know. So I've just added the squares, the white squares. So my width for white squares are 3 3/8 by 3 3/8, and my paper here is 3 by 3. Now I'm looking at this and this doesn't look right, so let's just 3 3/8. It is right. 3 3/8. It is right. It just doesn't look right. So I'm going to stick these together, and you know that Christine is always of the view that I use too much glue, and she's right.
I just go one straight line down.
And it's such a good glue. That's all you need to do.
It's my favorite. I only use that in dimensionals, really.
I'm just going to line this up in the center. So this is from the Oh Holy Night, and it had such beautiful colours on it. And I like the white background because it then jumped
Yeah, it
off
definitely
that.
does pop.
I know, I've got that round the wrong way. So see how nice that is. Oops.
That does it to me all the time too.
Once you do the white on there, and then I'm going to do the back one. As I said, I'm a little scared that I'm one short of these. So this one's going to go on the back.
It's amazing while you're doing lives how things disappear. Like you have it all and then it's gone.
Sharon, who I don't know whether she's still watching this, she did a live last night, and I heard her say, "Oh, that's disappeared off my desk like it does at Anne's." How cheeky was that? Better make sure this is. Oh, I went. Which
Nola
is true.
has to go. Nola, thanks for joining in, and she's going to catch us later, but she has to go. It was great to have you here. Come back next month.
It's a long weekend in Australia, and so especially where I live, because it's a holiday place.
Is it a holiday in New Zealand too?
It might be. I'm not sure. And I say that because it's actually the King's birthday. So it used to be the Queen's birthday.
Right.
Now it's turned into the King's birthday.
And for those watching, my daughter's studying in New Zealand right now, so Anne has been a big help with her overseas.
I know. So then we're going to do this piece. I'm missing a piece. No, I'm not. I'm not. What am I thinking?
I love how it's the bold words, which I love anyways, but then with the graphic paper, we have the red. That's really striking.
So that's what I said. It really is a simple card. You don't have to think about it. You've cut out a lot of squares, but they're all the same size.
Yeah, so it's easier.
You've just
so
got
Sharon is still watching, just so you know, Anne. She didn't disappear.
Yeah, she was the one being cheeky last night. I would have had some of these put together, but I went, it's probably...
That's okay.
This way you can see it. Oh.
It'd be faster if you just did a straight glue down, like
Sorry?
a straight line. I said, it'd be faster if you just glued in a straight line instead of your circle squiggles. That was me being cheeky.
Creativity comes from how I put the glue on.
There you go. Oh, you almost did it.
So because it's repeat, that's where it gets that really nice, I think, design.
Especially with all those stars.
Yeah, it wouldn't look as nice if you swap papers in and out. But why I love this card is you can use any of your stash. It doesn't use a lot of paper. It uses like a bit of cardstock.
Does it use just one sheet, or did you use 2 sheets of pattern?
Well, on this one, it used 1.5 only of that colour. 1.5 6 by 6. So it's great even for 6x6, and that's why I've
Mhm.
designed it at 3 inches, so you can get
Yep.
4 out of
Smart.
each 6x6
Smart.
paper.
Yep.
Which is what I try and do that as much as possible.
Mary Lou,
I think
yes,
I'll
she is putting the designer paper on the left panel, but you could
do it
change it
however
up
you
too.
like.
You could do whatever you want.
Now, the only thing, my only hint here is don't make these thick because it'll have trouble closing.
Mm-hmm.
And I wholly designed this card so it would fit the 4 stamps on it because I thought they were so
Yeah,
nice. Anyway,
that
so
was
I've
the first
done
stamps that
all
I
that.
wanted to get from the catalog.
And Christine and I do have so many different. We have different favorite stamps, and so finding stamps that work. Oh, I've already done one, so that's good. So these are still 3 inches. So all the centerpieces are 3 inches, and the next one, the border or the first layer, is 3 3/8. So I've done that one. Where's my stamps? Have you got a Night of Navy ink pad there, Christine, that you can lend me?
What do you need? I'll just throw it through the
Night of
screen.
Navy. Can you lend it
Nice.
to me?
Sure. Sure.
Rightio. So I've done the sending good tidings of cheer, but my first one's going to be, I'll leave that there. May your Christmas be merry and bright. Where is it?
Mine's right here if you need it.
Yes, it would help. It was so much better when we're in the same room. Anyway, so as you will see, I will do mine straight because that's what I'm used to, but I'm going to actually try it differently. So I'm just placing it on the center here. I've inked it up with Night of Navy. I'm not standing, so it's a little hard to line this up. And it's a little crooked, so that's why we have.
You can stand up.
I'm going to have to stand up. Oh, that's right, you can't see me now.
Nope, just me.
So, no, it's a lot easier. But I am going to try Christine's.
Yeah, let me know if you like it because I think you could just see through the block easier.
It's still not that straight. But that's all because Christine's sending me evil jujus because her way is working better today. It's all good. I know she's not. But I've got to blame someone for getting that one a little crooked. I stamp. Oh.
Did you just smudge it?
Nobody other than me crying, nobody would have known that. They would have. You all saw it. I will stamp the other side of that. Now, even though this big stamp set, I'll bring this back around here, is quite large. It just fits on that 3x3. Just. Because I do use a bit too much glue. See?
Oh, that's perfect.
And I've got 2 of them though. What one haven't I done? Anyway, we're going to do this one. Piece. This one, I'm going to redo this. My earpiece just dropped out.
Yeah, I heard it.
It's because it's got the microphone in it. So we're going to fix this up. Normally what I do if I'm stamping on white and on white background, I will put a coloured cardstock underneath.
Yeah,
so
that's what I use my
Yep,
the silicone matte.
So I'm missing one of these. I don't know which one it is.
Oh, hold on, I can tell you.
The one without navy on it. So
Wishing you a very Merry Christmas.
That one's got a bit of a mark on it. And I didn't bring my rubber, but I'll rub this out later. I just put the size here, which is 3 by 3. That's it.
So I don't know if anyone can, like, who's watching extremely carefully, but Anne just aligned her white paper with her grid paper
I always
to
do
get
that.
that straight.
Yeah, square. Not that I could see it that clearly. But as I said, I always normally have a coloured
Yeah,
strip
but when,
underneath
if
it.
you put your blocks on a diagonal, you won't have to do that.
You're nearly convincing me, Christine. Nearly.
Okay.
So rather than using cardstock on this one, because it was white, plain cardstock, I decided to use some of the paper because I love this paper. And I'm going to remember that's the wrong side.
Mary Lou just called you clever.
Thank you, Mary Lou. You're coming back.
Using the grid paper for an alignment. Yeah, I
I
never
always
think to do that.
I always use the grid paper. Now I like this because it gave a bit of a contrast to the white, but when I put it on the navy, it will really pop.
Yeah, that's gonna be pretty.
This paper, it's a little more traditional. It's very close to, like, it comes with a very traditional Christmas stamp with images from the nativity scene, which I don't have that stamp.
But it's nice that you can use the paper without the stamp set.
Yes, and that's what I thought. Right. I'm slowing down a little bit here because I
Karen, you're starting
smudging.
some wars.
She's what?
Oh, nothing. I said she's gonna start.
See, I'm looking at your comments, and are you asleep, Karen, now? Have you gone to bed? This is taking so long.
No. She's telling me to reform you. We are teaching each other different skills, and we're being flexible. We're a good pair. How's that?
As I said, I would call it simple to make this card, but it has a lot of steps. Well, sorry, Christine.
That's okay. I love this card. I'm gonna make one.
It's one of those cards that you can really enjoy because it's not, I was going to say not complex, but you're going to laugh. And I've got nothing on my desk. Oh, here it is. These are the bits I'm needing. So I actually kind of went, these tell a story. So may your Christmas be bright and merry, sending good tidings in this season of cheer. Peace to you and yours, and a very Merry Christmas. So I like that order.
I like that too,
yeah. I've just got to move that blue bit where I threw.
So I'm interested to see how you're going to take a picture of this card.
I don't know.
You can use the panoramic view.
I was going to say, you might have to take it from Boston to get it to fit into the camera. You have to be that far away. But how pretty is it? See,
it's beautiful.
Paper just works so well.
Yep, it's beautiful.
And so different from the first one. Now, the secret is to line up these the lines from left to right, which is just basic card making, but it is where it starts to kind of come together.
So if you wanted to make a card, but like a shorthand version of this, you could do like half the panels or even a third of the panels. Yeah.
I was just, and I know you would laugh at this, overachieving just a tad because I wanted to use each of the sentiments. But they did kind of go together. That was the only reason.
They do.
The card is this long. You would never do.
But it's nice because stop, turn it up. It's upside down. Your card is upside down.
I was reading comments and doing that. Thank you, Christine. Lucky one of us is paying attention. Now, I will just rub out those pencil marks. Yeah. So it's done. See, it didn't take that long.
Just about a half an hour.
Oh, thank you, Christine. I didn't. Oh, that's the wrong side. Oh, I thought
Gave
I'd
me a
done
heart
it.
attack.
It
It's
did.
beautiful. It's
So
absolutely
how
beautiful.
pretty is this? And it looks completely different.
It's
And
absolutely
then
beautiful.
I am just going to very simply, there's that word again because I'm trying to convince you. Um, Now I've got a tag which comes from the Delightful Designer Tags. I think that's what it's called. I've forgotten
Yeah,
it
I don't know
now.
that one.
Audio.
Mary
It's a
Lou's
pretty
saying
tag.
she can make a Halloween version for her kids, and
Oh,
she'll send
most
us a
certainly.
picture. And definitely with the Halloween paper. Now I know they don't really do Halloween in Australia, which is unfortunate because it's fun. But that paper would be fun. All the
Don't
them
want
bones, I
that.
think it's called.
Oh, wait a minute. I've got one other thing. I won't tell you what I've done here. We'll just do this. Oh no. What have I? Well,
That's the back.
yes,
That's the back. That's the back.
yes, we did that upside down. So
No,
I
you're
have a
looking.
spare.
I think you're looking at the back. So
Oh,
turn it
wait a minute.
upside down. There you go.
I
Nope.
know.
Yep.
So that's
Yep.
right, that's right, that's right, that's right, that's right, and that one is still wrong. So I have this little spare square that I must have known. I did this to show people. I must have done it on purpose to correct that, and now you will never know that
Nope.
I
Just
may
like
have
my card
made a
had a
mistake
second
there.
layer on there too. Remember?
Yeah. I can't believe I had a spare piece cut though for that. So then I'm going to add one of these gorgeous star trinkets. I don't know there. As I said, I wouldn't put too much. All right, there we go. And I do have some little somewhere sitting on my desk, and I don't know that I'm going to use these. So everyone needs to let me know what you think. Should I put one of those on each page? What do you think?
Nope. Nope.
Rightio. You're trying to keep it more simple.
No, I think it takes away. I
I
think
know.
it's beautiful like that.
I know.
You know,
So
there's
we've
a
got.
Chanel has a saying. I might not get the quote right, but kind of like, the Chanel, the designer, you get all dressed up and then take a layer off. So that's kind of that thing. You take one away.
As you know by how I dress, I could take 20 layers off at your place. I know. So
Oh,
I just got.
Karen liked the star. Sorry, Karen.
Radio.
She could only hear my
Well,
voice.
um, so as I always say, for those that don't like tying bows, I've got some scissors here. Oh, here are Christine's
Oh, those are my
kitchen
kitchen
scissors.
scissors.
These beautiful scissors that cut perfectly. Now, the secret to a bow, I tell everybody, is all the work you do after you tie it. So everyone can tie really nice bows. You just have to make it. I'm going to put this nice little tag on here, and I didn't bring the. Now, so it's perfect, this card, to use up your stash, which is what I like. You can use it for so many different occasions, like Christine mentioned. It does, one this long would sit on your Christmas
You know
table.
what would be really cute if everybody wants to have a sneak peek? There's a Valentine set coming out for Valentine's Day on bees, like graphic fun bees. And I think that would be cute to have bees stamped in different positions on all of those panels. And I don't know if there's paper that goes with it, but I would guess that there is.
Yeah.
I think that would look nice.
Look, I think there's just any paper where there's a bit of a contrast, it will look. This is what you keep telling me, but I still don't like doing those, says Noel.
Nola, you're with Mary Lou.
Rightio. So you can see how different these
Hmm.
both look, just with changing up the paper and nothing else.
They're beautiful.
I think they are fabulous, and as I said, they are really quite simple to make, but because there's a lot of layers in that, I would not call it a simple card, but neither would I call it a complex card,
Well, you could
because
call
I
it
think
a
anybody
simple
could make
card that,
these.
yeah, a simple card that takes a little time.
Yes, yeah.
How's
It's
that?
not, would you
It's not
make 100 of
complicated.
these? Yeah.
No.
Would you make 100 of these? No way. Would you make them for someone special? Yes. Would you give them to somebody who looks at it and says, "Why, thank you for that," and throws it in the bin? You would cry.
Yes.
So you pick your people who you actually send this to. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I'll throw it back to you, Christine.
I put us both on so everyone could see us again. That was fun. That was tons of fun. So yeah, so we're only an hour and 34 seconds in. That's a short
Well, that's
video,
shorter.
right?
We're getting shorter.
Anne's lives are longer than mine. But that's because she always has extra layers and extra steps. And you actually do more projects. I usually just do one project and you do a few.
It depends. It kind of depends on some days I think it's not enough. I'm not showing enough, and then I get carried away. And then other times I can do it relatively quick. I was down to half an hour, then I'm back up to 45
Yeah, I
minutes.
noticed that they didn't last that long. Nola says, "Thank you, ladies. I had a smile on my face." Well, that was the whole point. Well, part of the point. So that's great. I'm glad we made you guys smile. Hopefully, you guys laughed a bit with us. Um, Kirsty says, "Great seeing you together again. You should showcase the could be fun." Yes, it's fun to stamp together, even when we're very many miles apart.
And I've got to say, I look forward to this more than I do even doing my Wednesday night one, because we can laugh and it's so much more
It's more
fun.
interactive, I think, because we
Yes, it
actually can
is.
talk to someone. Usually we're just talking to the screen and hoping that people are watching.
And hopefully that nobody has gone to sleep on us.
Right.
And so this time it's been lovely to get all your comments. And I'm glad you liked both cards. And as you can see, we do things. Not only do we stamp differently, we have different tastes in cards. Not that they're
Different styles.
completely different, but yeah. So it's really nice to see how the same products can be used simple, simple, and simple. How about we go with that?
I think it's because like not everyone who watches my things have my style, so it's nice to see different styles because it's hard for me to do other people's style. So it's a great. And Christine just asked a question. Yes, I am going to Mexico. So yeah, so it's fun. So I will.
And for those that don't know, Christine's not going to say this, and so if you don't know, I'm going to spill the beans for you, Christine.
Okay.
Christine and another Christine, one of my team, are both have both qualified for the Mexico incentive trip with Stamping Up.
Stampin' Up!
So
Incentive trip.
congratulations, the two Christines. Must be
Thank
something in the
you.
name.
Yep.
I'm
Well,
so excited for you
congratulations
both.
to you, Christine. Yeah. So I'll see you on the boat, or not the boat. It was the boat last time.
I was going to say, what trip are you going on?
Oh, maybe a catamaran. I don't know. Yeah. So it was fun. Actually, well, anyways. So our next live is going to be my time, October 26th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Thank you, Kirsty. And Anne's time on Friday, October 27th at 10 a.m. And so, right? So we decided rather than do a same stamp set, because like Anne alluded to, we don't have that many similar stamp sets. We're going to do the same color combination and see what we come up with. So we both love Night of Navy, and we both love Lemon Lime Twist. And so we also are going to add in Bubble Bath. So those are our three colors. Who knows what we're going to come up with, because we just thought of this before we came on live. So
I'll be
that's
losing
our
sleep
mission.
over this.
You have a month.
I will challenge myself to
You do
keep it
whatever you want. No.
as simple as I can. That's about the
Maybe
best I can go.
maybe I'll do extra layers.
Oh,
I don't think I can, but we'll see.
well, that's good because I can't go extra simple.
So it'll be interesting to see what we come up with. But those are our three colors: Night of Navy, Lemon Lime Twist, and Bubble Bath. And so it can be any occasion, anything. Just we're going to use those three colors.
And
All right.
Christine will post a photo
Yes.
when I send these through to her. This is the US one, so if you do want to just screenshot that, you can do it now.
Yeah.
Do you
Well,
just want to?
you'll send me a
I
picture,
will.
and I will
Yeah,
share as well as
yeah.
a photograph of your card or photographs of
How
your
am I going to
card.
do
However,
that?
you'll figure it out. And
I've got
I will
the
share a
Australian
picture.
measurements here too.
Yeah, and I'll share a
So
picture of my card as well as my one-page cutting measurements, which are in inches. Sorry, they are in inches.
that's okay. Most of my peeps are very, very used to working in inches,
Good.
and
And I
they're
think you
very
can,
good with it. It's easier for me.
yeah, you can play with my measurements. You'll
Mm.
see as you see the card. So
Yeah.
great. So we
Well,
had some fun tonight or this morning, right?
thank you so much, everybody. It's been good, and it's been lovely having some from Australia and some from US all chatting
Yeah, we
away.
had
It
a
was
nice mix
lovely
of
that you
people, I
did.
think. I think
Yeah.
we had a nice mix. So thank you, everyone. I'm seeing some congratulations in there. So thank you. It's a funny thing to kind of say about yourself. So thank you, Anne, for saying that. So, Anne, don't go anywhere because I want to see if when I end this, if we're still on here together like we were at the beginning. I'm just curious.
Righto. I will stay.
Okay, good. Just
Thanks,
a moment.
everybody.
All right.
Have a
Thank
fabulous
you.
month and do lots of crafting. And if you make one of these two cards, either Christine's or mine or both, please share it with us because we love to see what you make with it. And sometimes you come up with completely different ideas.
Yep.
Sometimes they're similar ideas, but they always look different because they're handmade, and I love that.
Yep. And mine, you can, I mean, you don't even have to do Christmas, just use a similar layout to see what happens. Awesome. All right. Well, thank you, everybody. We will see you same time next month. Sounds so long
Thanks,
away.
everybody.
Okay. Bye.